I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.
What is up, Shady Sports Network? I'm back here on this Wednesday night with a very special guest from the Amarillo Venom, offensive coordinator and director of player personnel, Mr. Moe Dee. Coach, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited for the process, man. I'm ready for season kickoff. It's not coming fast enough.
100%. I'm really excited. You guys are building this team with a bunch of dogs. And so dive right in here, man. Like the Amarillo Venom, they're coming back after a 5-year hiatus, I believe. I mean, this is big stuff, having a team that's so loved by the community. How excited are you for the return of the Venom?
I'm very excited. Once I got hired on, brought into the fold, I just dove into the history head first, and I see that they got a championship medal, and we want to continue that. So the players that we're bringing in have to have a championship mindset, like run to every whistle, finish the play, be fast, smart, but have a high football IQ. We want to finish every play, whether it's offense, defense, special teams. We want to have a complete unit. We don't want to be top heavy. We want to be consistent all the way through.
In one position, I feel like you guys have shown that the most right now. It's your position that you played, running back. I look at your running
Yes.
back room right now, Dalton James and Nigel Stevens, and I look at that, I'm like, man, that's an outdoor running back room. That's insane. So when you recruited those guys, how were you able to get in contact with them and get them under contract?
So I hopped on Euro Players and I just started sifting through film and I found Nigel on there and I reached out to him and we hit it off right off the bat. We both running backs, so we could speak football. Dalton, I met with a management agency, a guy named Shannon Potts. Shout out to Shannon, because a lot of some of the top dogs that you see sign with us came from him helping us in the scouting department. Dalton, um, Caleb Lowe, he's one of the quarterbacks that we signed. Khalil. Um, so like we've been working hand in hand, man, and I hit it off with Dalton as well. I told him, you're gonna get every opportunity because you got to understand in this indoor game, a lot of the coaches are barbaric. They stuck in this mindset that you need a big fat lineman in the backfield to protect the quarterback. But essentially, in our offense, we want that running back position to be a weapon. So when I was coming up, it was the same way, man. Like I had to try and kick down the door. I try to go to Arena One, the Destroyers. They got 300-pound running backs. I'm about 200, but I'm a running back, man, and I'm a football player. I know when I was at Ohio State, I played wide receiver, and then I played running back my whole life. So it was an easy transition to be able to showcase wide receiver and running back talent. So I'm super happy for the running backs that we have. We also got Jock Watson. He's an explosive player. Shout out to Jock. He just signed with us. I'm excited, man. But the defensive side of the ball, man, we got some dogs. Hopefully, your Texas A&M guy coming to the fold, and man, we trying to shut people down and we try and run them over on offense. So we got weapons. You got USC guys. It don't matter where you play college football as. What can you do for us? So I know the glitz and glamour. I know you see a roster sprinkled with a lot of Division I talent, but we also have the hidden gems that we're going to be able to showcase. And it doesn't matter where you went to school at, as long if you're a baller, we can find you. I promise you that one. Yeah.
And that's really interesting to me. That was going to lead me into my next question. You played at Ohio State. That's the biggest, arguably one of the best college
Yes,
football schools in the country. When you look
for
at
sure.
talent and you look at guys in D2, D3, JUCO, dominating the level of competition,
Mhm.
I imagine it's somewhat difficult to think, okay, if they were playing D1, how would they do? How do you go through that process of evaluating talent?
So when I look at a player's film, the first three plays gotta pop. If the first three plays pop, um, like it doesn't matter what level you're on. Like the level of competition. If you're a dog, you should be dominating every play. So look, I have a son. My son's 17. He's a four-star recruit, and I've been trying to explain to him the difference between a five-star and a one-star player. A five-star player dominates every play. You got to account for that player every play. A four-star player dominates about 80% of the time. Three-star, 60. Two-star, you make some plays. One-star, every now and then you'll make a play. So if you want to be the top of the echelon, you got to dominate every play. Every time that I stepped onto the field, I wanted to dominate. I knew who I was playing with. I played next to Jerry. I played next to Stanley Jackson. I played next to like some high-profile players, and my goal was to dominate. I'm gonna dominate my matchup. Whoever was matched up with me had was gonna have the time of their life. So like we're gonna instill that in those players. Dominate your matchup. If you dominate your matchup, we'll be I feel we'll run the table. And the coaching staff that we have, we want to put the players in the best position possible to be successful, to be able to dominate their matchup. So the film never lies. You could tell if a player takes plays off, if they motor don't run high. We don't need that. If we got to coach effort, there's no reason for you to be here because you go to those other teams where they'll pat you on the back and tell you how great you are. No, here we're gonna, we're gonna put foots to butts because we want results, but we also want you to be as great as you can be, so you can be noticed by the NFL, Canadian Football League. Like our coaching staff, we all have ties to all of those leagues, but we're not gonna open those doors if a person doesn't deserve it, you know?
And that's super interesting to me what you said, your son being a 4-star recruit. I imagine
Yes,
you're going through the recruiting process yourself as a family, trying to decide, what's
yes.
the best option for him at school. When you came to the Amarillo Venom, you haven't experienced as a player. You've seen what worked, you've seen what hasn't worked. What about the
Mhm.
organization makes you believe that will work? And when you're talking to players, what are some points that you bring up to them? Like maybe the pay might not be as high as, let's say, the AFL, but the benefits and the opportunity is going to be just as good or even better.
So we have a great ownership group. Uh, Robert, he's one of the best owners that I've come across. I'm not being a company guy. Like I played for a long time. I know what bad owners are, and he's not one of them. He's energetic. He's young. He wants to win, and he wants you to know that it's about winning. Like we're gonna have a great product. There's a lot of perks that's gonna come with being on our team, but not everybody's gonna know what comes with that. But yes, we provide housing. Once camp is over, you get housing. You got insurance, food, gym. We got a 24-hour gym. We got recovery services. Like we have all of that stuff, but you got to work hard to get to that point. So a lot of these players they need to understand that for us to get to where we had to grind, and we expect that from them, and we reward them for being on that grind.
The grind is everything. Dion talks
Yes.
about it. So many great coaches talk about how important it is to grind and fight for what you want. In terms of benefits for the players, kind of like you mentioned, one thing is, arena football, the payment might not be the highest, but in terms of them getting a job, do you expect them, to get a job during the week to kind of provide for themselves as part of that overall grind?
Yeah, it's not the NFL. We don't have billion-dollar owners, and we don't have millions of dollars of budget that we're working with. Um, the players are going to have the ability to be able to make some money. We have some sponsors that are going to be willing to give our players jobs. It's not going to interfere with football schedule. We're going to practice later on, but we also have times where gym. We have a strength and conditioning coach. Um, and we expect them to invest in themselves and invest in the product that we're trying to provide, but we're also going to invest in them as well. One thing we don't want the players to be is miserable here. I know what it is to play on arena football teams where that the check ain't cutting it, but you know you go find some money, you go get a job. You got to make that sacrifice. Everybody starts somewhere. And I was there, I was in their shoes, so like nobody could ever tell me I don't know how it feels to be. I was you. And and I was successful. I had a great career, and I want the same thing for the young bucks. I want to pay it forward because I had some guys take me under their wing and show me how to do it the right way. So it's only right that we do the same thing.
And one of those guys that was a big proponent of having a good experience with the fans, the players, he treated everyone well, was former Kentucky legend and New York Giants quarterback Jared Lorenzen. He was the owner,
Yes.
head coach, and GM of his team, and he really ran a great organization. I see a lot of similarities between him and Robert. Robert's a guy I can
Yeah.
see. I listen to podcasts with him. He's super dedicated.
Hmm.
I cannot believe he's involved with arena football. How on point he is. When you look at Robert and Jared, what similarities do you see between the two of them?
So the similarities, Jarrett, Robert, they one of the guys, man. Like they don't like when I first met Jared, I've known about Jared because I'm a student in the game, so I watched him when he played at Kentucky. We was only separated by 2 years, but I knew who Jared was. He played. I'm a Giants fan, so he played for my team. I'm from New York, so I always loved Jared, man. And Jared was one of the players who recruited me to his team. The owner of Northern Kentucky, is one of my family members. So I ran through a wall for her. So when she told me I had opportunity to play with Jared, it was great, man. Jared, you know, he had millions of dollars, but he never act like he was better than us. He was always one of the guys. He ran sprints with us. Um, if a play messed up and it was his fault, he'd be like, "Yo, that's my fault." Like he held us accountable, and he was accountable to himself. So it was never any animosity towards. I love Jared, man. When I met Rob, man, he he it's like hanging out with a brother. Like he didn't even care that he's the owner. I'm a coach, and we just hit it off, man. The first time we talked, we was on the phone for like an hour and a half. We never met each other. Like I played for Rick. Well, Coach Krantz. I played for him. And we actually played against each other. So the team with me and Jared, we played against his team, and we ran up the score on them a couple times. So then he had opportunity to join his team, and I played for him for a year, and we've been friends ever since. It's been 12 years. So when Rick called me and told me he was getting his coaching job and asked me if I was interested, I jumped at it, man, because I trust Rick, and I trust with Rob's building. I trust what Leg is gonna bring to the table. So the players that's out there, man, come on, man. If you want to be great, come play with us, man. We're not gonna hold your hand. We're not gonna baby you, but we want the best from you, and you're gonna get the best from us, and know that we know what we're talking about. So yeah, Rob, man, Rob and Jared. Jared was great. Rest in peace to Jared. But yeah, it was it was hard to lose him. He was one of the greats, man.
And part of that overall thing with you, Jed, Rob, Rick, all of these guys, they're professionals. Now, one of
Yes.
the big issues I see when players try to post film is they'll post 1 minute clips of them blasting music or like who needs a DB, and it's so
Oh my God.
unprofessional. And it drives
Yes.
me nuts. And I'm not even a scout. I just see that. I'm like, do you really expect
Yes.
to get signed with a team? What can players do to really stand out and really try to be as professional as they possibly can be?
So one thing I would tell a player, do not send me film on the cell phone. I'm not gonna entertain it. Like if you sending me a 30-second clip, that's not gonna show me what you can do. You can't show me what you can do in 30 seconds. You're gonna In the 30 seconds, you're gonna show me the best play you ever made in life in that 30 seconds, and I'm just gonna say, is that it? So your whole football career and your whole job interview for me is 30 seconds. That's not good enough. Um, with the music, I just I, I'm not a fan of all of that music blasting. Like, if you're gonna put together a film and you want somebody professionally to watch it, take that music off because the music is not playing while you playing. So nobody cares about none of that stuff. I don't care about like when I watch film, I turn the music off. I know what I'm looking for. I'm studying the film. Like the best film to always watch is the All 22. If you watch an outdoor player or the All 16 when you're watching arena football players, because if I'm watching from the end zone view, I can see what every player is doing and how what that one person is doing is affecting the next person through all the way through to the other side of the field. When you're able to watch that end zone view of the game, you understand the game more. You understand how certain plays work and how certain plays don't work, and how you could tell what good good habits a player has and bad habits by watching them on the all 22. You can see if they like to stare in the backfield and have the eyes in the backfield and get beat deep for a touchdown because they're not watching the receiver run right past them because they're staring down the quarterback. But yeah, the all that nonsense. I'm old school. I'm 40, man. So uh, listening to all of that riffraff, I'm just not a fan of it. Like the first thing is, and if you're gonna put music on, let it be edited. Like you gotta understand when if your music's not edited, not all executives are, you know, you don't want to you don't want to offend anybody. So you don't nobody want to hear B's and H and nobody want to hear none of that stuff. Clean it up. If you're gonna be professional, you start acting professional. Only way a person can be professional is by practicing professional habits. If you don't got that, you're not gonna make it here. And, and you sure as hell not gonna make it in the NFL. You're not gonna make it in Canada if you don't start practicing it now.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you more, man. All 22 film, I love watching that. It's so
Yeah.
informative. It tells you how good a player is. So, I know we have a couple players watching right now. Full bio. Don't write 1,000
Yes.
things about what you wish you could do. Just show
Yeah.
your film. Write a couple words about yourself. We don't need to, know a whole life story. So it's important for sure. Coach, it's been great having you on today. One of my final questions for you is about the grind. You're about the process. You're very process oriented. I have a lot of
Yes.
respect for that. One of my biggest things is to believe in a process. You have to believe in yourself. What makes you believe in yourself so much, and what motivates you on a daily basis?
I've been successful on anything I put my mind to, man. I don't make excuses. I need results. I expect the same thing out of players. I'm not gonna waste your time. If I don't think that, this is a good situation for you or a good look, I'll let you know. But hey, listen, we're gonna go in a different direction. I don't sugarcoat anything. None of our coaches are gonna sugarcoat anything. If we don't like something that you're doing, you're gonna be held accountable. Like a lot of players, like, hey, coach, why haven't I heard back from you? The reason why is because your film is not good, and the music is the first thing to turn me off, man. Like I know I keep harping back on that, but if you're unprofessional, that's just like on a player's social media. Like if you add in a coach to your social media and then you sitting here with with all type of craziness on there, like the coach don't want to see that because then that lets them know that they can't trust you. If you can't be trusted on what you posting on social media, then how can I trust you on the field? If you sitting here like talking crazy on social media, so like that's one of the things when I talk to a person, when I talk to a player, I want to know how's your mind trained to be successful. Do you attack every day trying to be the best version of yourself, or do you just skate through? If you just skate through, there's no reason for you to even contact me. Don't send me no film because I we don't need part-time players. We need players that want to be. You still there?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, what's going on?
I'm a game changer.
Hey, Chris, you still here?
Yeah. I think we're having some internet issues, but I can hear you now.
Oh, what's going
Oh, I think you're back now. we are gonna hit the commercial break. We'll be right back. Trying to get this figured out for y'all. But
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.
it looks like we had some internet issues with Coach Mo. We're working to try to get him back, but just going off what you said, he seems like a really great guy. I can't wait to watch him and the team this season. They seem like they have a goal in mind, and I think that's really important for a first-year up-and-coming franchise. I look to see a lot from the Amarillo Venom. You can go find them on their website, AmarilloVenom.com. They have merch coming out. They just dropped the merch. They just partnered with a local hotel. So a lot of great things coming out of Amarillo. So a lot to look forward to, and I believe we have Coach back right now. What's up, Coach? Sorry about that. Man, internet nowadays is crazy. But so it looks like we're kind of all internet out, if you know what I mean. But appreciate you guys tuning in. You can find me, find Amarillo Venom, follow them on all social medias. They have great merch. Prices are affordable. $25 for a t-shirt, I think, is more than fair. So go out, buy yourself some merch. Go follow Coach Mo on Facebook. Add him at Coach Moe Dee. I see a couple players in here. Make sure, you send the film. Be professional. Kind of know what you want. And I think that's the biggest message. Is when you're going to sign with a team, know what you want. Be committed. Nowadays, a lot of players try to sign with teams and use it as leverage. Don't try to use it as leverage, man. Do it because you want it. But appreciate you guys watching and have a great rest of your day.